We have Health Deputy Spokesperson Albert Domingo via Zoom.
Good morning, Asek.
Hi.
Thanks again for
Hi, good
joining
morning,
us.
Angelo and Angela. Good morning sa inyo.
Yes, Asek, I'd like to start it off now. What are the factors behind the rise of HIV cases? Medyong alarming kasi the ages are getting younger and younger.
That is correct. No? Yung, actually, looking at the data, I was monitoring earlier, nasabi na rin, but to emphasize, from January to March 2024, in terms of percentages, 81% were males having sex with males. And then the age range, at least for March 2024 alone, ang median age is 28. Half of the new cases for March 2024 were aged 25 to 34 years old, and then 31% 15 to 24. Why do we want to mention those data points? We're looking at sexual practices as the primary mode of transmission, and also the age is getting younger.
Yes.
Siguro, yung dahilan, bakit kaya kumakalat, no, ganyan, etc. What we suspect at the DOH is, baka yung access to information and
Exactly.
products needed to have safe sex are limited.
Right.
And aside from that, sorry, I'd
Go, go.
karugtong lang kasi, you mentioned also access, no? Another word, Doc, is access also to information online that would give them empower them to be more promiscuous. For example, pornographic sites are easy to access. Kahit sabihin mo naman may age restriction mechanisms yan, hindi naman 24/7 nakatutok ang magulang. Do you agree with that, Asek?
The challenge, Angelo, with that particular aspect is it's not actually a health concern, no? That is more of a preference and morality concern, and we don't pass judgment. In terms of the health aspect, our role here is to make sure that should they choose to do such behaviors, they are free from harm and they are protected.
Okay.
Which means there should be condoms available according
Right.
to each individual preference, and also, of course, culturally appropriate. It's more of a stigma issue. Diretsuhin ko na, Angela, kasi personal choice yan eh.
Right.
Kung ang choice ng isang bata is to be sexually awakened earlier, the morality aspect is not the DOH. It's to the person's church, if he even has one, or to the family who is supervising, di ba? Pero kami, nangyayari eh. Yun yung
Right.
datos eh, di ba? We
Right.
don't want to become the preachers. We are the doctors.
Right.
So we make sure that there is no stigma, number one. And how do we do that? Yun yung challenge. Kasi ang mga HIV services ngayon, typically, nasa mga HIV treatment centers. Sabi nga ni SecTed, pupunta ka sa isang HIV center, may malaking paskil nakalagay, HIV treatment center. Di, kung meron kang kuya or may tatay na conservative, di ba, I'm looking at the age band, 15 to 24, 31% of the new cases. Considering that 81% of new cases were sexually transmitted men having sex with men. So, magkakaroon ng judgment. Pupunta ka dun sa may stigma. So, ang sabi ni Secretary Ted, hindi dapat ganyan.
Right.
Dapat walang stigma. Dapat ang HIV services accessible at primary care. And when we say primary care, general primary care. Everywhere. Meaning, if you go to a health center, hindi mo alam kung yung nakapila doon, may babae, may lalaki, ano ba siya? High blood? Meron ba siyang ubo, sipon? Meron ba siyang HIV? Ang sagot, di natin alam. Gusto lang yan ng serbisyong pangkalusugan.
So parang in essence, pupunta ka doon kasi meron kang concern medical related. Hindi na natin itutukoy pa kung ano pa yung concern. That's why there are a lot of people na tumataas nga yung kaso dito because nahihiya sila pumunta sa clinics or sa mga public hospitals because of the stigma. You're right on that, Doc.
Precisely.
But Doc, I was reading a report here that says na nagkaroon din po ng increased number of HIV-related cases in Bicol. No? So that's also not in Metro Manila. And there's a mention there about grassroots level anti-AIDS campaign. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, that's connected to what we just said, Angela, no? Yung primary care na sinasabi, yan yung grassroots.
Yeah.
Kasi we should move away, tama-tama yung tinanong mo, kasi just yesterday, the Secretary of Health met with the President and briefed the President on a primary healthcare and primary care. And that means, hindi na tayo dapat sa ospital. Let's connect it to HIV. We should not focus on the big treatment centers, di ba? The specialists. No, this is about going to the grassroots. This is about bringing the health services, HIV HIV detection screening services to the grassroots. Yung awareness campaign, it's one thing to increase awareness, and thank you for Branch for helping us in that aspect. But what if tumaas na yung awareness, tapos sabihin ng ating teenager na lalaki na gusto niya magpa-testing, saan ako pupunta? Kung wala siyang pupuntahan, or alam niyo kung saan siya pupunta, pero pagdating nga doon, may malaking signboard na nakalagay, HIV/AIDS Center, yung kung pumunta dyan, may tatawagan, may pwede siyang tawagan. Meron ba siyang, di ba, anonymous number, or in the privacy of his or her own home, pwede siyang tumawag. Yun yung mga kailangan natin buuin para itong, para bang trend of increasing HIV in the Philippines. The prevalence, meaning yung dami, is relatively low to other countries, pero kami ay nababahala kasi yung pagpanik, mataas siya.
Yes, Asik, I'd like to ask, no, are we in favor of, giving free contraceptives in schools, private and public?
This is something that is, again, going back to the distribution point concept. Do we give it at the health center? Do we give it at the school? Do we give it in the community? Do we give it in church?
Yeah.
Something controversial to say. No? I'm Catholic, and I'm pretty sure my parish priest will not authorize that, and that is the choice of my faith group. But what about other faith groups? Or those who don't have faith at all? May ganun tayong our constitution is actually secular. It doesn't recognize a particular religion. It doesn't recognize a particular preference on morality or even sight, diba? It's a tricky thing to say, but the choice of the individual is influenced, as I mentioned earlier, by his family, by his school. So it's a choice that has to be considered and discussed, of course, with the Department of Education and subject to cultural appropriateness.
You know, Asik, I'd like to, most misconception kasi about HIV sa mga younger ones is they think na having HIV is already a death sentence. Well, in fact, it's no longer the case because ang daming advancements. Ang critical dyan, Asik, correct me if I'm wrong, but as long as you catch the virus early on, you can still live a normal life. Now, how do we spread that message across to all the younger generation para hindi sila takot magpa-test? Kasi yan ang fear nila eh. Malaman ko HIV, baka mamamatay na ako. And they're scared to find out. But it's not a death sentence. So how do we impart that message?
Angelo, you are absolutely right. No, alam mo, one of my public health mentors actually told me once, why don't we just look at HIV na parang high blood? Pag may HIV ka, hindi may high blood ka, bakit ba tayo masyadong judgmental kapag HIV, di ba? Bakit yung mga high blood, di tayo nagagalit, di ba? Kung, I know it's wrong, pero lang, no, just to drive it home, no, yung parang napaka-extreme na example. Kung mahilig tayong mamahiya, mag-condemn ng taong may HIV, bakit yung mga kumakain ng maaalat, yung kumakain ng lechon, bakit di natin pagalitan? It's the same thing. It's a chronic disease. HIV is a chronic disease. And tama ka, Angelo, yung mga nakikinig nating kabataan, hindi na siya death sentence. Ang taong may high blood, hindi na mamatay kung umiinom ng maintenance medicines ng regularly at nagpapacheck sa doktor. Ganon rin po ang HIV. Hindi siya kamatayan, hindi rin tayo dapat nagja-judge. Kasi kung ganun pala, dapat lahat ng kumakain ng lechon, umiinom ng soft drinks na nagkakaroon ng diabetes, dapat pinipersecute rin natin sila. And that's the wrong way to do it. The wrong way to do it is, the right way to do it is to provide the avenue, the information, the commodities, and the services to make it less harmful and better for health.
Yes, Asik, since we're talking about the medicine now, I would like to touch on that area. For those who don't know what are ARV drugs or antiretroviral drugs, could you tell us more about it, your plans giving it to private sector? Kasi I think there are also issues na hindi daw to available sa lahat eh.
That's correct.
That's
correct. Meron kang antiretroviral, the ARV. Hindi ko lang memorize yung mga specific chemical names, no. Pero these are actually procured by the DOH. That's one source. And PhilHealth also has a package for HIV treatment. So in other words, merong financing sources. Available yan sa mga treatment centers. Gusto nga namin i-roll out sa general primary care. Pero sa ngayon, there are I'm just looking at the number, 224, kung di ako nagkakamali. Yes, 224 HIV treatment centers nationwide, where if you are tested and you are recorded as having the condition, then you will be started immediately to ensure that you will para bang not progress to AIDS. You will be started on the ARV. Tapos ano yan, naka-budget yan, Angela. Every year, buwibili ang Pilipinas ng budget na ganyan para sa ating mga ARVs.
Lastly, Asek, very quickly lang po about taking this opportunity na rin to ask you about the COVID-19. Kasi may mga alarming cases po daw, and what do we know about itong bagong variant na tinitingnan, yung COVID-19 flirt variant? And what do we know about this?
Yeah, kaya ako nakapasmile. Ang galing naman ng segue from HIV, biglang flirt ang napag-usapan.
Actually.
The reason why I say that, alam nyo, to our friends in media, marami na akong interviews this morning. I know it's cute to use the term flirt, pero actually, ano lang yan, some scientists, FLRT stands for 4 amino acids. Phenylalanine is F, L is leucine, R is arginine, and T is threonine. Kaya may I sa gitna kasi nag-invert, nagkaroon tayo ng mutation, kaya flirt.
Tapos
Pero the
capital
proper
R pa.
name-
Oo.
Oo, but the proper name is KP2 and KP3. And from a
Alright.
communication perspective, wag natin sabihin yung flirt kasi baka mamaya sabihin ibang disease pinag-uusapan. The cases are increasing, but there is no need to be alarmed at this point.
Alright.
We are watching. Right after this interview, I'm gonna hop onto another meeting na titingnan namin yung data, and we will keep you updated kung ano man ang developments.
All right, it's always so nice to talk to talk to you.
Oo,
Thank you
si-
so much, Health Deputy Spokesperson Albert Domingo.
Thank you. Good morning.
Breath of fresh-
Comprehensive
laging,
kasi ang kanyang
breath
mga
of fresh air, lagi
explanation sa atin.
Si Asek, very jolly.
Yes.
Kahit minsan pinag-uusapan, medyo gloomy na.
Oo.